Found in the warm waters near and around the equator, think the Caribbean, Hawaii, and Indonesia, these beautiful creatures, instantly recognizable for their highly prized brown and white marbled shells, can be seen in shallow depths closer to shore, near coral reefs and rock formations, and beneath sandy shoals. But do not dare to touch the 4 to 6 inch long gastropods. The concealed, harpoon-like teeth contain a complex venom known as a canotoxin, making them one of the most venomous species of snails. If you suffer the unlucky fate of becoming one of the handful of people ever stung, head to the emergency room immediately, as there is no antivenom. The toxin, which stops nerve cells from communicating with one another, can not only cause paralysis within moments, but, per its nickname of cigarette snail, you have about enough time to smoke a stick before dying. The poison dart is a large, diverse group of brightly colored frogs that live mostly in northern South America, of which only a handful of species are particularly dangerous to humans. The most deadly, the golden poison dart, inhabits the small range of rainforests along Colombia's Pacific coast, and grows to around 2 inches long, roughly the size of a paperclip. Its poison, called batrachotoxin, is so potent that there's enough in one frog to kill 10 grown men, with only 2 micrograms, roughly the amount that would fit onto the head of a pin needed to kill a single individual. But what makes the amphibian especially dangerous is that its poison glands are located beneath its skin, meaning a mere touch will cause trouble. Interestingly, the indigenous Imper people have laced the tips of their blow darts used for hunting with the frog's toxin for centuries. Sadly, deforestation has landed the frog on several endangered lists, but even if you do have a rare sighting when hiking, don't go reaching for it. Often found floating, or moving at speeds close to 5 miles per hour, in the Indo-Pacific waters north of Australia, these transparent, nearly invisible invertebrates are considered by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration as the most venomous marine animal in the world. Their namesake cubic frames contain up to 15 tentacles at the corners, with each growing as much as 10 feet long, all lined with thousands of stinging cells, known as nematocytes, that contain toxins that simultaneously attack the heart, nervous system, and skin cells. While antivenoms do exist, the venom is so potent and overwhelming that many human victims, of the hundreds of reported fatal encounters each year, have been known to go into shock and drown or die of heart failure before reaching shore. Even if you are lucky enough to make it to the hospital and receive the antidote, survivors can sometimes experience considerable pain for weeks afterward, while bearing nasty scars from the creature's tentacles. Found in the warm waters near and around the equator, think the Caribbean, Hawaii, and Indonesia, these beautiful creatures, instantly recognizable for their highly prized brown and white marbled shells, can be seen in shallow depths closer to shore, near coral reefs and rock formations, and beneath sandy shoals. But do not dare to touch the 4 to 6 inch long gastropods. The concealed, harpoon-like teeth contain a complex venom known as a canotoxin, making them one of the most venomous species of snails. If you suffer the unlucky fate of becoming one of the handful of people ever stung, head to the emergency room immediately, as there is no antivenom. The toxin, which stops nerve cells from communicating with one another, can not only cause paralysis within moments, but, per its nickname of cigarette snail, you have about enough time to smoke a stick before dying. Though species like the boomslang or the king cobra are dangerous thanks to their respective poisons, the black mamba is especially deadly due to its speed. Found in the savannas and rocky areas of southern and eastern Africa, the species, which can grow up to 14 feet long, is the fastest of all snakes, slithering at speeds of up to 12.5 miles per hour, which makes escaping one in remote areas that much more difficult. Thankfully, black mambas usually only strike when threatened, but when they do, they'll bite repeatedly, delivering enough venom, a blend of neuro and cardiotoxins, in a single bite to kill 10 people. and if one doesn't receive the correlative antivenin within 20 minutes, the bites are almost 100% fatal. Alligators may be scary, but they have nothing on their cousin, the fearsome crocodile, which is more short-tempered, easily provoked, and aggressive towards anything that crosses its path. Of all the species in the world, the largest, and most dangerous, is the saltwater crocodile, which inhabits the Indo-Pacific region ranging from parts of India and Vietnam in Southeast Asia all the way to northern Australia. These ferocious killers can grow up to 23 feet in length and weigh more than a ton, and are known to kill hundreds each year, with crocodiles as a whole responsible for more human fatalities annually than sharks. Saltwater crocodiles are especially dangerous as they're excellent swimmers, happy in either salt or fresh water. Yes, their name is confusing, and can strike quickly with a bite delivering 3,700 pounds per square inch side of pressure, rivaling that of the T-Rex. If that's not enough to scare you, put it in perspective. Humans chomp into a well-done steak at around 200 pounds per square inch, a mere 5% of the strength of a salty's jaw. Often regarded as the world's most dangerous fly, the tsetse fly, a small speck of insect that measures between 8 to 17 millimeters, or about the same size as the average housefly, is commonly found in 36 sub-Saharan countries, especially those in the center of the continent, including the Sudans, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, and Angola. While the flies themselves are nasty blood-sucking bugs that usually feed during the peak warm hours, their true terror lies in the protozoan parasites they spread known as trypanosomes. These microscopic pathogens are the causative agent of African sleeping sickness, a disease marked by neurological and meningoencephalic symptoms including behavioral changes, poor coordination, as well as the disturbances in sleeping cycles that give the illness its name, and can cause death if left untreated. While there are no vaccines or medications available to prevent infection, methods of protection include wearing neutral-colored clothing. The tsetse fly is attracted to bright and dark colors, especially the color blue, avoiding bushes during the day, and using permethrin-treated gear in more remote areas. Clocking in at just 3 millimeters at their smallest, the common mosquito, even tinier than the tsetse fly, ranks as the second most dangerous on our list due to the sheer amount of deaths each year attributed to the various pathogens carried by several of the more than 3,000 species around the world. Found in every region on the planet except Antarctica, the irritating insects, primarily those from the genera Aedes, Anopheles, and Culex, are the primary vectors of diseases such as malaria, chikungunya, encephalitis, elephantiasis, yellow fever, dengue fever, West Nile virus, and the Zika virus, which collectively afflict an estimated 700 million and kill roughly 725,000 people each year. As the World Health Organization notes, more than half of the human population is currently at risk from mosquito-borne diseases. Given that the pests are attracted to our body temperatures and the CO2 we exhale, our best tools to prevent infection lie in the usage of insect repellents high in active ingredients like DEET and picarid.